Right now, I'm just focused on the series, what went wrong, what we can do better, how I can improve.
What's going on? We are back. We are in the building. What's happening, John? How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you? Everything's good?
I'm okay, man. I'm taking it easy. I'm taking it one day at a time, bro.
That's right.
How
That's
about
the only
yourself,
way to
man?
do it. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it. We got holidays here. We got it. We
There
got to
you
take
go.
it
That's
easy.
what I was getting to.
You know what I mean? With everything that's happening in this world, we got to take a breath. We got to take a breath. I see you. I see you.
Where
You
is
got
it?
the backdrop. You got the backdrop.
Yeah, it's like a old Saint Nick over there. He's chilling.
Nice.
There we go. Yeah, there he is. All right. Yeah, man. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Fam's okay. And everybody out there watching, thank you for tuning in. As you tune in, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys having so far a good holiday season, and hopefully this well, we can say Christmas. That's okay. This Xmas will be a fun one for y'all. And y'all have a really great time with your friends and families, whoever's involved. So, but
Absolutely,
being that we are here, still Knicks fans in the building, we back, baby. The Knicks are going all the way. I'm on my Evergreen stuff. You know Evergreen. He said the Knicks are going to win a championship this shit. Sorry, Evergreen. I didn't mean to put you out there like that. I just wanted to.
Hey, I'm right there with him, man. We might just flip this whole thing upside down. You never
I didn't
know.
You was a comedian. What am I calling you, Kevin Hart? John Hart? Kevin John. Yeah, man. I don't know about that, but yeah. I got water in my cup. What you got in your cup, brother?
A little bit of maybe Patron or
there
something.
You go. There you go. Yeah, that might be something. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Something crazy. Something
anyway,
more potent than water.
Yeah, because I don't know, man. I don't listen. Kids, don't do that stuff. All right. Yeah, man. Well, before we go any further, as usual, let's just get it out the way, man. You know how we do. This show is sponsored by our Urban Cowboy. You got it. That's right. Urban Cowboy, designed for the lived experience. Urban Cowboy clothing, uniquely designed for every urban trendsetter, both young and mature. And as I said before, they're a lot more consistent than our New York Knicks. So definitely go hit them up. They keep hitting you with that clothes. You go to Urban Cowboy, you're going to see clothes there. And it's the same type of quality clothing that you'll learn to love and want more of. Unlike our Knicks, we don't know exactly what we're getting on a day-to-day basis. So you might love it, you might not.
We're wearing all types of trends right now. New York Knicks.
And that's a fact. That is a fact. So, bro, there's a lot going on, man. These health and safety protocols is ravaging us.
It's ravaging the whole NBA. But yeah, us. I mean, what we down 6-7 players now about that. It may have grown.
Right.
I know we've been pulling some people from the G League, putting them on some contracts. We got Damian Dotson back. Holla at your boy. To fill some position in.
House.
You know what I mean? I was surprised they didn't actually go chase Bacon again, because I know Bacon had been removed. So Interesting they didn't have to actually look out for him and try to track him down. Because I wouldn't have
Yeah.
mind seeing him play. Um, yeah, man, we're depleted, man. We got to work through this. But so does the whole NBA, man. The Nets are down 10 players. They had to cancel, I think, tonight's game if they were on tonight. Um, but yeah, man, it's something serious, man. Something serious really going on out there in the world, and no one's no one knows really what to do, what the right answers are, and so we gotta do the best that we can. Hopefully, you know, the NBA puts their minds together and really figures out a plan. If for whatever reason they have to, I don't know, take a break and then come back, maybe that's the right approach. Who knows? But as an NBA fan, I'm gonna miss watching, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I rather miss games due to people's safety than actually putting players and their families at risk just for the sake of showing games and for fanfare. I rather see them protect themselves and their families first because that comes first. Basketball will be here, whenever we can get
Right.
back to it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. Listen, that's safety first, and we gotta just hope that they can get this together. I think I was watching. Shout out to the Real Buzz with CT and our man
Oh
Divine.
yeah,
Uh,
CT
yeah, they had a
worldwide.
segment. Right, they had a segment on today with Mark Berman from the New York
Nice.
Post, and he mentioned that. He thinks, at least a feeling is that Adam Silver is just trying to get to the Christmas, game because that
Break.
Christmas game is a big revenue,
It
game
is.
for the NBA. Yeah, so they're trying to.
And they'll
He
shut it
thinks they're
down.
trying to get past that, and then they might take a little break if depending on
Yeah.
how they do it. But that's the thought.
Yeah, I think
So we'll
that's the
see.
consensus. I think that's the consensus everywhere, to be honest. I think everyone's sort of
Hmm.
getting to the break point, making, the Christmas holiday the break, sort of that point of no return, and then there's gonna start shutting things down a bit. Hopefully not to the detriment of anyone's jobs. You know what I mean? Hopefully that folks can figure out ways to make an income, make an earning, an honest income, and be out and not be out indefinite, but be out of sort of the workplace from time to time. Maybe there's sort of a scattered type of thing for folks that have to be there physically, but I just don't know, man. It's a tough thing, man. It's a tough time. I mean, it was tough to 2 years that we've dealt with it already. So, um, you know, my prayers are up, man. That's pretty much how I'm looking at it, man. Prayers up, man. Faith got to be high, and positive energy. That's what I'm sending to the world.
Right, right. To everybody out there, appreciate y'all. Definitely, wishing the best for you and your families out there. So hopefully everything works out. We get past this whole thing, and get back to us living life. You know what I mean? And on another positive note, I just want to give a quick shout out to my man Danny B. He has a great show that he does. He actually has two shows. He does the Nick morning drive where he actually is in the car driving as he's trying to head to work. I guess he does his morning show and he breaks down what's going on with the Knicks. Like he gives you like a quick recap of what
Yeah,
happened. And then he also has his show with Coach Fa on YouTube. And then unfortunately right now the name escapes me, but I'll remember it as we go. You know how my memory is, guys. If you haven't figured it out, that's wrong.
right.
But I want to salute to him because he just recently got married, and he just announced a couple
Congratulations.
days ago on. Yeah, congrats to my man Danny B and his beautiful bride. They just announced a couple days ago that he's expecting, so they're bringing in a new Nick bundle of joy. So salute to
Nice.
them. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what's
Uh,
up. Keep growing. Keep
and
growing.
right. You know a little something about that, don't you, John?
All about that, man.
And just before we jump into the first game that we had this past week, just salute to the chat. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, we know that there's a lot going on, and we appreciate you guys always being there for us. Geraldine McIver, salute. Big task at hand. My man White Falcon, y'all always show us mad love. We appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
And White Falcon says a break just messes the money up. Sheesh. Yeah, well,
it does.
It does. It's true. I worry more about the little people, the concession people, the all the vendors, all the security people. That's tough. So, but our first game up was Knicks versus the Golden State Warriors, guys. And by now, I think we've talked the Golden State Warriors game to death. Everybody knows what took place in this game. Steph only needed 2 threes. Yeah.
This was a game I thought we would have, though, man. We played so close. I thought we had an opportunity. To steal one from them. We were in the game, man. We played well. We had good energy. We were playing them tight mostly every quarter. Curry didn't shoot it well. You know what I mean? It was just a couple of lapses on defense towards the back end of the game is really what cost us. Just being there defensively for a team like that can shoot was sort of the backbreaker for us. But I thought we had a chance, man. A call here or there, a rebound. I think the rebounding was key too. We missed a lot of big rebounds in that game. We come up with a couple of those rebounds. We bring it back. Poor shooting selection, poor shot selection at the end. A little bit of, sort of what we've dealt with this entire season. It's kind of what it sort of took this game from us.
That's a fact. That's exactly what took place. You said everything that happened in that game accurately, my friend. That's exactly what happened. And the fact that we had a chance, we were already kind of shorthanded dealing with people out like RJ and Obi,
right?
And
Knox went out this game as well. Knox was out for this game. He had just had playing time too, and then this is the game he was out.
Oh, actually, you know what? Who we lost on this one? Grimes.
Yeah, Grimes was out too. Yeah.
Grimes wasn't there for this one. Yeah.
It was Grimes, Knox. It was RJ, Obi Toppin. Who else was missing? Did Noel play in this one, or was he injured still?
I think he did play.
Okay. Well, maybe Taj was out. But I don't remember, but they've been sort of mixing and matching it down there in the center position. Because I think Taj played some power forward. Was it this game or was it the Houston game? I can't recall.
He definitely did in the Houston game. Game. Yeah, this is it was just it was a tough one because they actually had a chance to win. The Warriors didn't play great. They didn't come out with their A game. Right. And if there was ever a game to steal against the Warriors, this was it. But they just didn't have enough.
Oh, I see. Actually, see Knox there.
Yeah, Knox is there.
I think Knox did play this game. Okay. Yeah. Knox hit a couple. Yeah. Knox played well. After this game, he was out.
He was out, correct. And that's what happened. That's when I believe, we're victims of the whammy. Anybody who plays any of these young guys who have a good game, the next game they're out with the right. Health and safety protocols. You know how it is.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but it was an exciting moment for Curry, who broke the NBA record for most threes on the Garden floor, and it is what it is, man. At least here's the difference, Brooklyn Nets. Okay. He got acknowledged for breaking an NBA record, and the fans, deservingly so, gave him his props. They didn't just go there and serenade him for just walking in the building like y'all did.
Not only did they serenade him, they were chanting MVP.
I mean, come on.
They were like, MVP. I was like, what?
What?
Like, they acknowledged him for making the threes, but they weren't chanting MVP. I didn't hear no MVP chants.
Nah, you're not getting that at the Garden.
They were cheering for him in the Barclay like he was their player. It was weird. It was like, what?
Oh man, it was
crazy.
Bananas, man. straight bananas. But yeah, the good thing is that we did get to see Deuce
And they got
McBride
blown out
in
too, though. Here's another thing.
Oh,
I'm sorry
yeah,
for going
and they
back
got
to that.
blown out. Good
They
point.
got blown
No, that's a
out.
good point. That's a good
Like,
point.
how you?
And
What?
these guys over here cheering, clapping it up for the opposing star player. Come on, man. You can't do that.
Yeah,
Come
we played
on,
close.
son.
We gave up the 3-point record, but he didn't shoot it well. So I don't know.
It is.
Yeah, what were you saying about McBride? I'm sorry about that.
Oh, I was saying this was our first chance to see him get, a good amount of minutes. I don't know exactly how many, but he was in the teens, so we got to play a little bit, and he was somewhat effective. I think he finished with 8 points in this game. Yeah, he had 2 threes and a 2-point shot. Yeah. So and of course he was running around with Steph Curry. So
chasing him everywhere. He had like 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. 20 minutes. Yeah, good. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. So that's definitely definitely a start of something. It wasn't what we wanted. And then we went from that game and jumped into the Houston game. Now, apologize, guys. I know we won this game. I don't have the Houston highlights, but I do have highlights of my main man, Deuce. So just understand that's what happened. I wasn't able to really get that out there. A lot going on.
Yeah, Deuce had a game. Deuce had a game this when he played well.
But Deuce was getting busy. He was getting busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 15 and 9. 15 points, 9 assists, no turnovers, which is great. He had no turnovers when he played the 20 minutes he played with the Warriors. That's all great signs for a young talent, that we brought in. Mm-hmm. Second round pick at that, For those who say that, you have to draft well, you know what I mean? Especially in the later rounds. I think the Knicks, you got to give them to their front office, man. They did a good job picking their players this year. I would say even the year before too, when you think about bringing in Toppin and Quickly, for where they got them at and for what, the choices they had. I think overall you got to give them at the very least a B, for their acquisition.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Young stars,
Yeah, and then some player development. Let's see how they roll. Let's see how they develop. I mean, it's proven that they're taking their time with the kids, and these kids are understanding the game. They're understanding the system that Tibbs wants to run, and they look prepared. At least they look prepared this year. I mean, there were moments in time where you could say Obi didn't look great last year, and all valid, but he's turning around this year. And these rookies that we got this year all look like they're contributing and they're doing well. And they're playing his type of basketball, defense first. They're sort of acknowledging that they're in good shape, and they're ready to play. So, kudos to the. Listen, that's the kind of culture shift I wanted. I wanted to see that accountability, and I think we're already starting to see some of that. But us Knicks fans, man, we can't be patient. So it gets tough to be on Twitter and seeing all the noise.
That's a fact.
Everyone wants to trade everyone away.
We're not happy. We're not happy with anything, man. We're not happy with anything. And salute to Quality Jumper. Thank you for tuning in. He said IQ contributed greatly in Houston also. Yeah, he did. He had a very good game. And yeah, the only thing he pissed me off with one play, because there was a point where they were pushing the ball up the court, and IQ had the ball on the right-hand side, and McBride was right underneath the rim waiting for a pass, and IQ didn't see him at all. McBride actually had to leave the paint wide open and back out to let IQ go into the paint. So, that bothered me a little bit, but I'm okay. I digress.
He's like, listen, young buck, I gotta put some buckets. I gotta score some buckets. He had like 25, 26, something like that. I mean, look, what do you have? Quickly had 24.
Yeah, it was a good game for him. And guess what happened the next day, guys? Huh? A very good game by Quickly, and then he goes on health and safety protocols. The whammy. That's right, the whammy. That might have to be a segment.
Remember that back in the day? Remember that? You remember that back in the day?
That? Remember that? Yeah.
No whammy, no whammy, no
whammy. Yeah, we a little old. Not that old.
Yeah, man. I used to catch that. You know when I used to catch that? Anytime I played hooky from school and I was sick. So I would be like, I don't feel well. And moms would be like, let me check. And then I'll figure out a way to get my temperature right. So I won't have to go to school.
And then it's no whammy, no whammy,
you got
no
a
whammy.
fever. And then I'm like sitting down, eating my soup and watching No Whammy. I forget what the show was called. Was it called No Whammy? I don't remember what that show was called.
I don't know, man. No, I can't. Or
was it called Big Bucks or something like that? I don't remember.
It could have been.
It was something crazy.
It was one of those shows. Yeah, but hey, those were fun moments as youngins. You got to enjoy that nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, but the good thing is that we beat Houston and won that game because we had been on a nice little losing streak. I think we had lost our last 4, so that helped break that. And gave us a little bit of confidence against a bad team, but a bad team who had won 7 in a row by the time they played us. So hey, listen, things are what they are.
Hey, I'm looking at the way we're playing as a team. For those who who we still have on the court, as us are playing. I mean, you got to look at the last 3 games as a barometer of sorts that we're playing better basketball as of late. We're getting different players involved, of course, but we're sort of playing within a system now. It's almost looking like a system.
Right.
Offensively, I see them starting the offensive sets a little earlier. The ball isn't being held by one particular player at any time. And so I don't know. I think they're starting to figure it out. It's just sad that it took the sort of young kids to come in and show the veterans, hey, if you change it up just a bit, you could probably, do something a little better. You can probably be in the games late, start the games early with, not falling behind by so much. However, we did fall a little bit back into it against Boston. You know what I mean? We sort of went down a bit, but I think for the most part we were in the game. Though I think they probably had us for like 15 at most, but then we sort of were in the game the entirety. I don't know, man. I want to look at these 3 games that we just had as a sort of a barometer for us and see if we could get back into sort of a groove. Because again, we sort of went past the hardest part of our season. I want to say we went through that stretch. You know what I mean? Like that road stretch of playing like the best opponents that we could possibly have, sort of in a row. And so this is a time that we could sort of get back to graces with the fans right now. We got some games coming up against Detroit that I'm looking forward to. And some teams that are beatable. So it's going to be interesting. And I think we have another matchup with the Hawks. So that's coming up as well.
Yeah, we do. It's Christmas Day. Christmas Day against the Hawks.
Christmas Day. So yeah. So it's what? Pistons, then the Hawks. That's what we got coming up.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Should be interesting. But
okay. So we got Pistons. We got Pistons, Wizards, then the Hawks, and then we see the Timberwolves and Pistons. Yeah. So here I'm reading them out. So it's Pistons tomorrow, on Thursday the 23rd, which is that would be Christmas Eve, right? 23rd.
No, Christmas is Saturday.
No, that's Christmas.
So Christmas
Eve
is
that's
Friday.
the day before Christmas. So the Thursday is the Wizards game, and that's at 7:30. And then the Saturday Christmas game is against the Hawks. And then we see Timberwolves that Tuesday, and then we end out December and the New Year against the Pistons. So we have an opportunity here to sort of play, in line with a lot of these teams and potentially get some wins under our belt. We need them, of course. So let's see if we come out and hopefully we get some guys back healthy, hopefully. Unless they plan to, like you said, unless they shut it down. But
And you know what? Quality Jumper just mentioned it. I was just about to say that Rayford Trey Young is going to be out because I think it was announced yesterday, maybe that he's out with the health and safety protocols. Man, this thing is knocking everybody out. All the stars. These teams is looking crazy out here. Yet,
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it, but how crazy is it that it's running through all these teams, all their stars, yet, knock on wood, it's not touching our vets. Isn't that crazy? It's going through our young boys, but it's not touching our vets. It's wild.
Not just yet.
I know. I'm just saying it's wild.
Right.
Yeah.
That is weird. It is a bit weird. But then again, our vets caught COVID. A couple of our vets caught COVID last year.
Right. Burks and Rose caught it last year. Yeah. So good point. Maybe they had their time.
They had their time. Maybe who knows? Who knows? Can't call it anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, being that you did bring up the Boston Celtics game, we went out there at the Boston Celtics game with the thought that maybe we had a chance to sneak this one out. I mean, I thought it looked bleak. We played only 8 people, and they were all pretty much. We played 7 vets and Wayne Selden. Ugh. I mean, come on now. That it didn't sound good, but it was all right. Good. They played pretty good.
Effective. It was effective at parts of the game. This is one of those games that I felt like we never really had control of, which is weird because we had opportunities to win the game. Like we were up, we came back, we were up, but it never really felt like we had control over the game. You know what I mean? It felt like at any moment they could take over. And even though it wasn't their offense per se or their defense that stopped us, it was us not hitting timely shots. You know what I mean? Or going away from our hot player, for instance. And Kemba and Fournier had it going, and for whatever reason, we were kind of trying to maximize Randu in moments, and it was like, well, why? It was a weird thing. It was just very weird. So and then we just didn't hit big shots. And Kemba and Fournier also were a part of missing open shots and opportunities. And it just seemed like that was sort of it was almost like they gave us sort of they allowed us to make a comeback and allowed us to get back in the game and sort of said, all right, cool. Now we played with y'all enough. It's almost like a cat playing with their food. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like. You know what I mean?
Interesting analogy.
It was weird. It's like, are you going to eat me?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, like, they tried their best to hang around, and it was exciting to see. I got to admit that it got me a little hype to see Kemba out there playing good basketball, getting the start and doing it against his old team. It was nice to see Fournier. For whatever reason, Fournier can only play against the Boston Celtics. I don't know what that's about.
That's sort of why I'm saying it's almost as if they sort of allowed it to play out the way it did. The shots weren't as contested as they would have been had it been other players involved. You get what I'm saying? Like almost like they sort of played it like a scrimmage and then was like, all right, enough. Let's win this game. That's how it almost.
And it also could be like the Boston Celtics team, because there was definitely points in the game where you see them talking to each other on the court. It's almost like they had love for Fournier and Kemba. You know what I mean? Like they didn't go at them too hard. There was a point where I think Fournier, which I was actually kind of surprised, because I would think that Kemba, the relationship with all of them, something happened with Fournier, and he I guess hurt his ankle, like he stepped on somebody's foot, and then Marcus Smart went to go pick him up, and so I was like, what? I was surprised,
and they didn't go after him defensively, like they didn't give the ball to someone to attack. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah. I'm like, when you really look at it for what it was, and quality jumper, you're absolutely correct. The perimeter D always comes back to haunt us, of course. And that's been our Achilles heel this entire season. But again, it almost felt like a scrimmage game where they were given both Kemba and Fournier enough space to get their shot off. They weren't up wasn't pressing him tight. They gave him an opportunity to move to the court. They weren't doubling UC Fournier. He never had a trap, not once. They allowed him to have open lane. And it almost seemed like there were moments in time where Kemba was on Tatum, and Tatum didn't even bring him down low and didn't take him to the box. So it's like, you could see like they were sort of touring with us and allowing New York fans to be excited for Kemba and giving him promise again, maybe almost sort of giving him an out, like to say, hey, look, he can still do it. Which I think he still can. I think he can put up numbers. Don't get me wrong. I still think he's a great shooter. You know, I think Kemba could still put up points. I just this without a doubt, without any doubt in any of our minds that he's a liability defensively. We could see it when he's on the court. You know, the numbers speak volume. And yeah, I mean, I think at this stage of his game, he's probably better off as coming off the bench. You know, as a scoring punch. You know.
Right. And you know, it's a shame because this on paper it made sense to some extent, where as this could work out. You get a guy like Fournier who can do different things on the court offensively, and then you get Kemba who gives you that really good scoring punch. You thought it might help out what we already had in place from last year, but it really is not a good mix, not a good fit. Apparently there's rumors going on that, I mean, we kind of already knew that Fournier and Randall had a little bit of a rift, but it looks like Fournier and Randall have been playing a lot better with each other lately. But it seems like every time Kemba does well, Randall can't do well. When Randall's doing well, Kemba wasn't doing well, and now he's not even playing except for necessity. But it looks like the craziest part is what's going on is between Kemba and Tibbs, which I don't know if you've heard what's been happening, what they've been talking about.
What's the latest? I only heard that one interview that he did for Boston. Is that what you're speaking to?
Well, that's a piece of it. Apparently, obviously, Kemba wants to play, and apparently Kemba wants to start. So that's what's been said. And Tibbs benched him because he felt like that was the best move for the team. He wasn't, and I think that this is a Tibbs decision, and because he didn't like certain things that were happening on the court, obviously, and he also didn't like some of the interactions because apparently in practice, this is all speculation, guys. I don't know none of this to be 100% true, but apparently, and a lot of this I was getting when I was with the guys on the Queen's Court because it was Josh and a lot of different fellas over there, Tony Crow.
Sources say no.
Sources, right? My bad. Sources say.
You know how they be. Hit them with the Stephen A. Sources say. My sources say what?
That Mitch and Kemba have been kind of disrespectful and going at Tibbs in practice, saying different things and acting certain ways in practice. So that doesn't bode well. That's not what you want to see. Then you got Julius Randle playing bad. And then might be a little dissension. Like there's some people that might be picking sides in the locker room between Kemba and Tibbs. So
it's always going to be a part of any losing team. Doesn't matter what team you are.
When you're losing, nobody cares. Right.
Yeah. Everything is a problem, right? There's always someone and you got to point to someone. You know what I mean? And that's what the media does. That's what the fans do. You know, they make something out of nothing. You know, they'll see something that they seen visually on TV or in person and think that a spat may turn over and boil over into the locker room and generate some other like, listen, I don't know. I'm not an insider. I'm not a beat writer. I just think that some of those things are sort of overblown. It's all dependent on the front office. If Dolan and the front office have a say in how Tibbs, how they see Tibbs should be coaching, then that's where the friction comes in. Because if they're in communication with Kemba and saying, hey, we don't agree with what Tibbs is doing right now, we'll talk to him, then that's going to cause the friction. That's going to cause sort of this animosity, right? But if they're staying shut and they're staying quiet and they're out the way and allowing the coach to coach, at that point it's just one player who's not happy, and it's up to the front office to figure out a way to get him out of here, figure out what the trade value is, or buy out, right? Because essentially you could potentially buy him out, right? He isn't making a lot of money. It's a 2-year deal. The bulk of those funds came already. He already received them from the Thunder. So listen, I'm okay with moving on. I mean, if Tibbs and the front office is smart, if it gets out of control, look, buy him out, let him go find a new team. If you can't find a team to trade with, it sucks. It's unfortunate, but listen, this is the hand that you dealt. You're a certain age. You come into the New York Knicks, not 100%. Wasn't healthy to begin, the season or the season prior. You got injured, and just working your way back. If you're a liability defensively, what can we do as an organization? We got to move on. Can't just wait around, figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This whole thing is pretty crazy. I think definitely that's it's something we need to look at. We should definitely figure out what's going on with our locker room. If Tibbs has some dissension, then he needs to nip it in the bud and get it straight now. You know what I mean? Get us to the point where we can get back to playing some winning basketball. These guys aren't having fun out there. Randall looks crazy. Right. Randall there's no reason why Randall should be struggling the way Randall is. It's all mental.
He's in between.
Because he's got matchups that he should be winning.
He's in between his game. I mean,
yeah.
Here, he knows it. It's not like he doesn't know it. You could see him trying his hardest to try to figure it out. He just, for whatever reason, this year he hasn't found a good rhythm. Maybe it's the first half of the season for him. Maybe he switches gears the second half and really, turns out a really good end of the season, because right now he seems to be in between his game. He's trying to figure it out. He'll have some looks from open three, and he just ain't knocking them down. He's almost pushing his shot. He's almost like, I forget who was saying it. It may have been Mark Green, right? Like, who was saying that he looks like he's like trying to measure his shot too much. Like he's not just letting it go. You know what I mean? He's aiming it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that becomes a problem when you don't feel a touch, when you don't feel in rhythm, and you're sort of you're aiming your shot. You're not in rhythm, and you don't feel comfortable shooting that. You're gonna hesitate, and that little slight hesitation is gonna allow the defender to get back where he needs to be, right in front of you, and then you're at a disadvantage as an offensive player. And that's why most fans want to see Randall make a decision and stick by that decision. He's better when he's catching the ball and making a quick decision, whether he's going to drive, make a move to score, or make a move to pass. It's the indecisions that's causing him a lot of this anguish right now, his in-between play.
Yeah, Geraldine McIver said that she heard that Tibbs benched Kemba because of Randall. Well, sources say. I got it.
Sources say.
Yeah. Hey, man, listen, it's a possibility, because who knows what's going on over there. I said it before. The difference with this team from what it was last year is 2 players, okay? For the most part, the team, the core of this team is still intact. And the big difference is those 2 players.
Right.
It points to a lot of dysfunction. Do those 2 players disrupt the chemistry of the team that bad? Or is it that a certain player on the team, Julius Randle, is struggling because now the fans are in the seats? I'm going to point back to, once again, when I was watching the show The Real Buzz with CT and Divine, Mark Berman, and I point to Mark Berman because he's always around the Knick organizations.
He's a beat writer.
Some of the stuff he said, he's a beat writer. So some of the stuff he says may be a little off. He puts his own opinions in there, but then there's a little truth to certain things that he sees. And one of the things he said is that the feeling with Julius Randle is that he may not be a big time player. When the lights are on, when the fans are in the seats, he looks like he is struggling, because when there was no fans, he was doing great. When we get to the playoffs, when you get 10 to 15,000 fans in the stands, he started to struggle. Then he goes to Atlanta and it's packed and the fans are all over the place and he struggles. Now this year, with fans being there on a regular basis, he's struggling. So I'm not saying that that's necessarily the issue, but I will say that he obviously hears the fans, because you see how he shoots free throws when the fans are making noise. He struggles a little bit. It's like, so you get like the pressure gets to him. I don't know. But all I know is he's got to show that he's big time no matter what the circumstance is, no matter who the fans, what fans are in the seats. If there's no fans, he's got to play the same way all the time. And we haven't seen it yet.
Hey, look, like it or not, he is our number one. That's just what it is right now. Until we bring in another star to play alongside him or to replace him, he is what we have. So for us Knicks fans, I mean, I'm not trying to say, take a step back, let the kid breathe. I'm saying he has to show and prove. He has to prove to us that he is that guy. I mean, that's on him. It's really not on the fans. It's on him to tune us out and to really focus. And I think he needs to not only tune us out as fans, he needs to tune out the refs. Like, it's been way too many games where his focus is primarily on the referees than it is on the game, the actual physical game. And I think that's sort of like why he's in between. You know what I mean? Like, you're in between your game. Now your energy is focused to the wrong individuals, right? Versus your opponent. Your opponent now becomes the referees. And now, like, you're lost. You're lost in the game. You're lost in the shuffle. And and that's sort of what he needs to clean up. He needs to clean that up. He needs to clean his head. He needs to figure it out. Because at the end of the day, he is our number one. And we go as far as he can take us right now. Unless we make a move, this is what it's going to be. We're going to be under 500. We're not going to make the playoffs, not playing the way we're playing. And that's for sure.
Not at all.
So we got to turn it around and at the very least be competitive and get back to graces and sort of play a little bit over 500. I want to see. I don't know if we'll get there. I want to see us, at least 3-4 games over 500 if we can, and see a playoff berth. That's really what I'm asking for the rest of the season. I really want to just get to a playoff berth. If there's not a playoff berth, it's been a disappointment. Ship as many guys out as we can. Start anew. Lead the young kids. Let the young kids develop. Get all these old guys out of here. It's just we're at that point.
Right. Man. You. That's what's going on. That's us in a nutshell. Once again, I just want to give a quick shout out and salute to the chat. Boost Mobile, salute. Definitely appreciate you. Hard Will in the building. I think this might be the first time I've seen Hard Will tune into us, our SKF show, our weekly show. So I appreciate you, bro. Always got love for you, brother. And Worldwide L in the building. Salute. And let me tell you something, guys. Listen, there's so much great Knick content out there. It's unbelievable that there's so many good shows that we can watch and we can talk about the Knick team from different angles. It's not all stale. Yeah. It's exciting. And sometimes we may touch on similar things, but it's the approach. It's the people you have on, the people with their perspective. So it's all great Knick content out there. So definitely, if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely go check out Hard Will, my man Worldwide L, and Project Nerd HQ. Their show is called For the Love of the Game. They do a great job. They give you Knick content.
Talk about everything, right?
Yeah,
football,
music. They give you boxing. Everything. So definitely check them out. Yeah. So appreciate you guys for tuning in and chopping it up in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, man.
When remember, guys, when you guys put together a segment about R&B, man, invite my man Ron. He's all about that R&B. I'm telling you, man, you won't lose out.
Come on, man. Don't do it like that. Yeah, but no, seriously. Yeah. I'll let you, boy.
Build that R&B segment out for the guy.
Yeah, man. I love R&B. I can't stop, won't stop.
That's right.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that's pretty much what this was. It was a 3-game week. There wasn't a lot of, I guess, really
There was
big
no
stories
activity.
going on. Yeah, it was
There
real.
was no
It was kind of
activity. Just
quiet. I
trading.
mean,
Yeah.
so
Trade
yeah,
rumors, but that's nothing. That doesn't
we
do anything for me.
we haven't done anything, and I think now that the health and safety protocols is going crazy, I don't think a lot
Yeah.
of moves are going to get made because people don't know what they got. You know, so they're like,
Yeah.
we got to wait and see what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. We just definitely got to
Um,
wait. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. And if we do, if we, for whatever reason, let's say through the grace of God, we, things turn around and, you know, everyone starts to get healthy and, we get a slight shift from this pandemic and players are able to, be on the court and maybe we scale down, you know, I don't know, maybe the audience gets scaled down and the players feel more comfortable and maybe we see a full year of basketball, then at that point, I think we may see some trades happen. But until then, I don't think trades are going to happen. I think we're going to stay dormant. I think people are going to just settle in where they're at until decisions are made, around the NBA, so we'll see, man.
I think what the NBA is going to have to consider doing is, if we're trying to get to that Christmas game, get to the Christmas game, get those knocked out, do maybe a stoppage for 10 days or so, 2 weeks maybe, and then maybe you got to even think about limiting the fans and going back to a
Yeah,
smaller fan base and spreading people out,
that's
which
what I was
that's
thinking.
giving back a lot of money. That's giving back a lot of money, but you might have to do
It
that
is,
in
but
order to
what do
keep
you
the game
do?
going.
You save the season at least. You still can get your
Right.
sponsorship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Again, it's just dependent on how many, how many. It's a conversation for the NBA and Players Association, right? Like, are the players comfortable putting themselves at risk? You know what I mean? What is the risk to, you know what I mean? Like, they have to weigh those things out, because, of course, players, they want to play the game, but they also want to go back to their families healthy and not have to spread any and hand anything off. So, more importantly, is that sort of safety precaution first, and then is everything else, right? But I think the NBA will figure out a way that they can sort of figure out what the stakes are for a lot of teams. I mean, New York wouldn't have a problem because it's the biggest market, right? One of the biggest markets. But like for teams like, I don't know, the Sacramento Kings, for instance, right? They don't
Mhm.
have the best, anything right now. Like, they got good fanfare, but I don't necessarily know if they can. They're not a big market. I don't
Right.
think they are. Um, but either down the Thunder, Oklahoma City, teams like that don't have a big market. What do they do to kind of like get that income back or figure out ways to generate income without fans there? And so that's sort of the thing they have to figure out. But I think it's best that if they do decide to, like you said, take a break, come back, that they limit the capacity, limit the
Mhm.
capacity and then figure it out from that point on, you know.
Yeah, I'm thinking they should try something like that. See if they could, get us to the All-Star break. Depending, because maybe things die down and get a little, you can get stuff under control. But if it's not under control and still the numbers are still where they're at or not really going down that much, then maybe you say at the All-Star break or at that point, maybe another month or so, you say, hey, let's consider breaking again and then maybe doing the bubble again, because the bubble is like the
Yeah.
last resort, and without the bubble, then there's no season.
But
So
that's also the thing. The more you prolong a season, the more you go into another sport season. You know
right,
what I mean?
right,
So then it becomes a battle between what people are going to watch or have you know what I mean? So there's a revenue thing there. And I don't know. And that's one of the reasons why they sort of don't marry, you know, basketball and football almost simultaneously. I mean, you do that right now, right? I don't know if that even
mhm.
lands with baseball. It may.
Yeah. Well, what Boost Mobile said, he said, how can you check the players more in the bubble then? Now, well, then basically you go back to what they were doing when they initially did the bubble. You limit interaction. They're secluded. They can only stay in the bubble or move amongst their little NBA village. and it's all the same players. They can't interact with anybody. And if you remember, in the beginning of the bubble, there was no family members allowed. And then after they had played for a little while, they allowed you to bring 1 or 2 people, close relatives, to the bubble to be with you. So I guess that's
no
what
way
they
to
have to
live,
do.
though, man. That's
I know
really no
that
way to
stinks,
live,
man.
though.
That stinks.
If I'm a player, I don't even want that for myself. If I'm a player, as much as I
Right.
love basketball and want to play basketball, I don't want that. I rather at that point, then let's shut it down. We'll come back to it once we figure all of this out. Figure out what the pandemic's going to do to us. You know what I mean? Because at that they already made enough money, right? It's not like they need money, right? They're not like working a 9 to 5, like most people are trying to generate, a livable wage. They have a livable wage. They have a month outside of people who are making maybe minimum 300, 400 grand. You know what I mean? That's more than a livable wage. Now, if you're in a G
You're
League,
right.
you ain't making none of that. You know what I mean? If you're in a G League, you're sort of playing odds and evens with people who are making livable wages, right? But NBA players, the minimum, you're not getting, under that. You're making more than a livable wage, so you're good. You should be good at least, at least for the foreseeable future, and you can figure things out as you go. But I don't see that. I don't see them going back to the bubble because that's not a way to live. Like, how do you limit the people who you're going to be around you? It's difficult, especially when you've just gotten back to sort of your own reality, right? Where you've gotten back to being able to be around your family, see your children, see your girl, whatever, build on that sort of relationship. It's tough, man. It's
No,
tough.
that's rough, man. So that's a tough way to live.
Yeah.
But then again, you on the flip side, as fans, fans are greedy, and they say, listen, they're making some real good money out there. So that's the sacrifice you make for your job, and then you're off in the off season.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
know.
you know how
I don't
fans
know.
think.
I don't know if that many fans think that way now, though. Like, after what we've seen and what we witnessed, I don't know. I mean, I don't care where you are within the spectrum of whether you believe this to be a hoax or not. Whatever you are, wherever you are in that spectrum, everyone's lived their own situation. And I don't think anyone's going to come at this a little different than anyone else. I think everybody's going to be like, nah, I'd rather see people safe. You know what I mean? I'd rather, better safe than sorry. I think most people are going to lean there than the opposite.
Well, I hope you're right.
Surprised.
I guess
I'll be surprised.
I just don't. I don't believe in people as much anymore. I'm telling you, man. After what I saw happen in politics, and then how I saw, after everything going on with the pandemic and everything, and how people walk in the streets with no mask and they congregate and they chilling. They don't really care about the young people. Don't really care about the older people. So I don't know.
You talking about Congress? No, I'm just kidding.
No, what? Him?
When you're speaking
Yeah, I don't
upon
know, bro.
Congress? Oh man.
Yes. Oh,
My bad.
and just to acknowledge you, brother. We did touch on Kemba. Yeah. Kemba wilding out there, B. I don't know who's right, if it's Kemba, if it's Tibbs, but we touched on Kemba and what he did against the Celtics, and also what apparently is going on in the Rumorville. So damn it, John, I forgot to tell you something. I knew because we skipped over. There was one other piece I forgot to add about the Kemba saga.
Okay.
Apparently, now did
Put
you
me
watch
on
the
because I'm
Celtic
not
game?
up on it. I did.
I hear you, brother. Were you? Yeah. So did you notice that when Kemba was doing his thing, he was hitting his shots, he was looking over to the Knick bench?
I seen him looking everywhere.
No.
I seen him
But
screaming
he
at
was definitely
everyone.
looking over to the Knick bench.
Okay.
When he looked over to the Knick bench, apparently this is the rumor. I don't know if it's true. You know how it is. Rumors
When he
have
was
legs.
hitting the shots.
Yeah, apparently.
Because when
there
he
was one
missed, he
point
didn't
when
say nothing.
yeah, right. Apparently, there was he was chirping a lot about him and how he should be playing when he hit the shots, right? And then there was one moment where apparently he hit a shot or did something, and then he looked over to the bench right at Tibbs and called him a BAN. You know what BAN stands for?
Yeah. Okay.
For those out there who don't know, I'll
I
tell
know.
you the first word is
We
a
know.
female dog. Okay.
We
All
all
right.
know.
The second is a donkey, derriere. And the last one is if you were of African descent, born in the
We
where's
don't
that
need to
river that's
go
out there?
there.
You know what I mean? So just saying, that's what he was talking about. Okay. Yeah. So
I don't
apparently
know.
that's what
I
he
don't.
looked over to Tibbs and said. I don't know if it's
You
true. I'm just
you
telling you
really
that's what's
have
going
to.
on.
I mean, this is sort of the conspiracy theorist, right? You really have to go in, dive in, take the video slow mo, add a little wordplay with his lips, and sort of call out what he's saying. Like, I don't want to do all of that. Like, seriously, this is basketball. We shouldn't have to do all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Players are gonna play. He he could have looked at Tibbs and was talking about somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? He could have looked at someone next to Tibbs and called out a player that they were talking about on the bench. Like, this
It could have been.
this band thinks he could hold me. Like, it could have been some of that. Like,
He
you
could
don't
have been.
know.
I mean, but I think
You
he
don't
said,
know.
"Yo, you a BAN Tibbs." No, I'm just playing. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
he
just
was like,
joking.
"Yo, Tibbs, kiss my."
Yeah, this is me, Kemba Walker, New York Knicks. I'm
Yeah,
lighting it up. I'm talking to you, Tibbs. Nobody else.
right.
You.
Yeah. For that, you just might as well just go up to him and snuff him at that point. Like, I
Right,
just
right.
think it's overblown. It's overblown. It's like
Yeah,
the rumor mill gets out of control. He gets one good game. I mean, listen, the post game, he talked about it. He talked about how, Tibbs, I mean, talked about how he was impressed by, the way his professionalism, how Tibbs was, coming into the game prepared and ready to go. And he enjoys he really respects him as a player, respects his professionalism. You gotta give him credit. You know what I mean? So I think we good, man. If Tibbs is not gonna say anything, because I'll be surprised if Tibbs was that type of character who would not throw someone under the bus if they were, or give him playing time, even for that matter, if his back's against the wall at that point. You know what I mean? I think at that point he will force a
right.
trade out. He would make sure that, like, this kid ain't good for the team. He needs to go home. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see that. I don't see it. I don't. Oh, we lost Ron. Okay. I'll continue. I think we lost Ron. So yeah, man, jump on in, fellas. Let us know what you think about that. Let's see. Knicks 100 GM, AGM calls his name like Mobb Deep called Keith Murray's. Okay, called his name like Mobb Deep called Keith Murray's name. Hmm. Okay, I hear that. So what y'all think about this Kemba thing, man? You think it's played out is like a little over the top? Is it too much? Are Knick fans reading into it too much? What do you think? Quality Jumper says, hopefully Kemba plays well tomorrow night against Detroit. We need wins later for the drama. I'll feel you on that, man. I mean, there's enough drama going around in all of New York City. We don't need any more. And yeah, I personally preferred us not having any of this drama, to be honest. I mean, the drama was in Brooklyn, a few months ago, and now it's sort of leaning our direction, and I don't like it. If Kemba plays well, we win games. I think that's a possibility. We should win against Detroit. There's no reason why we shouldn't. Hey, Ron's back. We got Ron back. Yes, sir. For a second, I thought it was me. So I was like, oh, okay. So I
Wait, can you hear
refreshed.
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Okay, good.
I
I don't know
refreshed
what
it.
happened. I think something was unplugged over here, and lights out, B.
Okay. Hey, it happens. It happens. No, so I was just asking the chat to see where they feel things are, in this whole drama, this whole Kimba drama. Ron, John, and No Way Jose. Yeah, stay Knicks fans. Nice. Salute Knicks 100 GM. But yeah, so Quality Jumper said hopefully Kemba plays well tomorrow night and against Detroit. We need wins later for the drama. I totally agree with him. I was just saying before you came on that, the drama was in Brooklyn a few months ago, and now the drama has creeped itself into the New York Knicks team, and I don't want no parts of it, to be honest. So there's no reason why we shouldn't beat Detroit. We just got to come out, play well, play aggressive, and we should come out victorious. More importantly, I want to see us sort of continue playing good basketball, and I think we've seen a little bit of that in the last 3 games.
Right.
I think we've seen, better offensive cohesion in moments. So I want to see that keep going. We get a lot of open shots. We just got to be able to knock them down. That's sort of a tough thing for us. And playing perimeter defense, like Quality Jumper has said earlier.
I agree. Yeah. No, listen, that's exactly what we got to get back to. But most importantly, I keep saying it. It sounds little because these guys are not kids; they're grown men. But they need to go back to having fun together, man. Going out there and acting like they're having a good time. Because when you play like that, you play for one another better. Like it helps you.
All right.
Yeah, and Knicks 100, you getting a little snazzy with your chat stuff, the Ron John and No Way Jose stuff. You got flags and everything up here. Yeah, I see you, Playboy. Yeah, man.
You fired on all cylinders.
Yeah, man, that looks dope. So I think at this point, it's probably time for us to get into the segment that I love to hate.
Listen, man, I think you got some wins coming your way.
Nah, I'm a traditional. I got that loser blood right now. I don't know when it comes to this game. I used to be good at stuff, man. I don't know.
I see.
We'll see. But I will tell you, I feel good about nothing when it comes to these games. I hope I did okay though. I just hope I did all right.
Here we go.
Hello, gentlemen.
Oh, hey, hello.
How y'all doing?
Chilling.
We're good.
Actually, you know what?
Look at that. It's the Christmas spirit.
Look at this.
What's going on? Got the
I
anime.
wanted to bring some, holiday cheers to tonight's podcast.
Nice.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Become the center of the screen, and you guys get pushed to the side.
Hey, you're the star. We're on. We're sort of complimenting you, Jose.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Thank you. It's cold. Sorry.
It's a bit cold. Sorry. It's freezing.
Come on, shut the window, B.
Woo.
But now it's time to figure out who won last week's prediction.
Oh boy.
We had 3 games, after coming off, I think 3 losses or 4 losses. I don't know anymore. It's hard out here sometimes.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, I can't say that. My wife might kill me, but
yeah.
Each of you predicted. Unlike the last 2 weeks where you guys had the same exact prediction, this past week you guys had different predictions. Ron, your prediction was
Switch it on me.
3 losses back to back to back. And John, with a little bit more faith in his team, because he is still a Knicks fan.
Facts.
2 wins and a loss. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, let's see who this week's king of prediction is.
Well, it can't be me.
Ew, once again, another tie. Oh, man, tie. What is happening?
How?
Oh.
Well, the first game, John, you predicted correctly. The second game...
No, we lost.
Huh?
We lost.
Yeah, but you predict. I mean,
win.
excuse me. No, you won that game. The first game.
No, we lost against
Oh, the
the
second. No. The
the
first
Warriors.
game, Ron predicted correctly. You predicted wrong. The
Right.
second game, Ron predicted
predict-
wrong. You predicted correctly, and then you
Right.
guys predicted the last game.
Correct. Yeah. 2-2.
So it's
Jeez.
a tie.
It's a tie. Wow.
Well,
I should never try to correct you, Jose. By the way, I'm just terrible at this.
yeah.
this
Have you
sort
not
of
noticed?
game?
Hold on, man. Let me get my crown right, B. Hold on, B. What's going on, man? A little twisted here. There we go. You know what I mean? Give me my flowers, B. What's happening? What's happening?
So you're
What do
happy
they like,
going?
though?
You got your 2 wins, and we came off of losses.
Let me explain something to you, John. A crown is better than no crown.
I can't.
I'm rocking with the crown, B.
Yeah, I literally thought we were gonna lose. Oh!
Hey, I'm going. Can't stop me.
All right.
Ooh, I was out there, man.
He
Hope
cut
you
it. He
guys
cut it
enjoyed
short
the
on
crown
us.
for
I
today.
take it. I take it. I thought
But
I
now-
lost that one.
It's time to see who's going to predict the
gonna be a tough
next
one.
games correctly. So let's see what we got. Now,
Oh,
from what I understand so far, these next 3 games, one of them being on Christmas, but these next 3 games are all home games. I don't remember who predicted first last week, so you guys have to decide.
flip a coin.
Uh,
You got an animation for that?
I'll go because you went last week, John.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and hold on, wait. This might be information that I need before I make my picks. Quality Jumper says the funny thing is what's going to happen as the troops return from COVID. Health and safety protocols. Will the offense make adjustments, and which adjustments? Okay, all right, good point. Got to think about that. So, I'm going with Pistons versus the Knicks. The Knicks win that game. All right, Wizards versus the Knicks. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the win for the Knicks. And Hawks versus the Knicks with no Rayford Trae Young. I'm going a win for the Knicks. So we getting back, baby. We getting healthy. We eating our food. Eat your food.
You know, I was hoping you went this direction. I really was. Because it's about time that we continue to be still Knicks fans. Because I'm going for all wins as well. Let's do it. Let's go into the new season on a winning streak.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That's how we do
Let's
it.
go.
Let's go. It might be a Christmas miracle. Let's go.
We need all the miracles we can get right now.
Well,
Let's go. Let's get these wins.
Talking about.
Let's get these wins up.
Okay. I mean, I guess you guys want to have the same prediction. I mean,
Jose,
yeah, sure.
just
That's
crown
fine.
us,
You know
man.
what?
That's all we worried about. We just need the crowns.
Listen. When we win, they win, so we win.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all that matters. Geraldine says she's got 1 and 2. Ooh, with 2 losses. Ouch.
Oh,
she's
why?
not. She's not sipping the Kool-Aid, man. She's not sipping the Kool-Aid.
Scrooging it
Be
up,
Civilized
man.
has 3 wins.
That's what I'm talking about. Be civil, yes.
Okay, be
Let's
civilized.
go.
Let's go. Oh wait, hold
We
on.
need
Be
to get
civilized.
these wins.
Wait, hold
Knicks
up. Yeah.
100 has
Wins.
Yeah. Okay, Be Civilized got 3 wins. Knicks 100 got what? Yeah, we got 3-0. Knicks 100. Why not, baby?
3-0. Let's go. 3-0. Come on, the
And
pen.
salute to Be
Come
Civilized. Good
Come
to see
on,
you, brother.
jump on in. We got plenty of room here.
Come on, guys. We got to change it around. Listen, it's gonna be a Christmas miracle, right? You're gonna be
We
looking
gotta throw
for
good
for
energy.
presents
We gotta
underneath
throw
the
that good
tree.
energy.
That Nick victory is gonna be there for you.
That's a fact. Yeah, I think we're gonna come out, man. I think we're gonna do well. Hopefully we get some guys back. If we don't, oh well. Play hard, try to get the wins, win at any cost. You know, do what you gotta do, man. You're out there on the court is because you're NBA ready. At least you're supposed to be. So
That's a fact.
Show up.
Uh-oh. What's going
Something
on?
going on.
Before you guys keep talking with all this confidence that you have to lock in these predictions. So, Ron.
Oh, you're right. My bad. We didn't lock it in. You know what, Jose? Lock it in, baby. Lock it in.
Yeah, lock it in. Hello. Let's do this. Lock.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Jose, just get ready to give us our crowns next week, because we're gonna get we're gonna get
right here,
this 3-0.
Right here, brother. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't, then Jose, you get the crown.
Yeah. We're gonna have to switch it up. Hey.
Mazel tov.
Yeah. Salute.
All right, gentlemen.
Oh man, listen.
Well, congrats on your tie again.
That's right.
You guys predicted correctly. It will be another tie next week, and yeah, I mean, you guys can just
it will.
together. Yeah,
Listen. We just want the best for our team. That's all. We just want the best for them. And let me just say this for those in the chat who may be wondering my rationale. I think the Knicks can beat Detroit in their sleep. If we don't beat Detroit, we got a problem, a big problem. And the Wizards, I think we'll have OB and RJ back by that game. So that'll be, the Knicks are going to go crazy just having those two guys back. And then by the time we get to the Hawks on Christmas Day, hi.
Well, he was going to show us something.
I thought something new was coming. By the time we get to the Hawks on Christmas Day, without Rayford Trey Austin being there, Trey Young, I always do that. Without him being there, I think that team doesn't move the same way, and we might even have Grimes back by then. So we might have RJ, Obi, and Grimes with what's going on with the team. They have been playing better. I think we can win all three. So that's why I put that out there. Just putting out there for you.
Yeah, just FYI, there's a hater on our chat. I just want to say.
Oh nah, man. Yeah.
He's a hater.
Yeah. I see that Andre Jackson character out there. Yeah, I see you, brother.
Straight.
It's okay, man. He don't like the Knicks, but he's one of our best friends, so it's okay. We allow him to say this, but don't think we're gonna let him know about it. Don't worry.
Man, he's a hater. He doesn't even watch the NBA. He just, he's a troll. He's trolling just to troll.
Yeah, y'all. So I mean, that's pretty much the show. You know what I mean? I want to say that right now there's a lot going on. We already kind of touched on it. Everybody's got to stay safe. Definitely wash your hands. Sanitize. Keep your distance. And this is important too. When you get your groceries and stuff, you're touching doorknobs and all that. Sanitize, man. That's how this thing is spreading. Get your groceries and stuff. You got people touching your stuff. Definitely wipe stuff down. Wipe it down. Webby said it. Wipe it down. And just be safe out there, man. I want everybody to be healthy. I want everybody to be safe. And as I always say, I want you guys to definitely like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend about us. We want to get that subscriber level. It's about time. We wasn't really pushing it before, guys. We just want to put the show out there and get y'all guys to tune in and like it. But now it's time to start getting the push. It's time to start getting the subscribers in the seats. Let's get the fannies out here, okay? We need a lot more SKFers out there. So definitely tell your peoples. All right, John, you got any words you want to say?
Man, peace, love, and respect, man. Like always, man. Be safe out there and share this time with your loved ones, man.
Yeah. I agree with you on that, man. I agree with you on that. It's a special time. No matter what's going on, the best thing is to have our families together and enjoy it the best we can, because that's what life is about. You know what I mean? Family and friends.
Right.
And before we get out of here, my man Jay Boogie, you guys who been watching know, Jay Boogie, he cut his new song. He's about to come out with his Christmas album, but he cut his new song called Christmas, and it's featuring Papa Left and also our man Cully, from Blorange Tears. He's got his own show out there, so you haven't checked that out. Definitely check out Cully and Subliminal. They got their show. It's usually late night around 11:30. I forgot what days it comes on, but it's 2 times a week. You can definitely find them. Yeah, but Jay Boogie did another one, man. It's called Christmas, and I think it's fitting that we're gonna be off for a little bit. We're gonna take a little hiatus, the holiday season. So
spend time with the family. You know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Leave you guys with a little holiday cheer, something good that kind of gets us back into the mood. What we really should be thinking about, as my man Jay Boogie likes to say, with the 3 capital S's. You know what I mean? Salute, salute,
right.
Salute. So yeah, man, let's get up out of here. Thank you to my man Jose for holding us down on the 1s and 2s.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jose, you never look better, B. You never look better. Yeah, man.
Jack
But thank you
Frostin'
to
over
the
there.
chat. Yeah, man. Jose holding us down. Thank you to the chat once again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know how we give it up for y'all. We definitely salute to y'all guys. Once again, check out the For the Love of the Game with Hard Will, Worldwide L, and Project Nerd HQ. Great show.
Right.
So let's get up out of here, man. Let's get out of here with the Jay Boogie song Christmas with Papa Left and Cully.
It's a jolly time of the year, right before the new year. Ain't no other squad better on this day than the Knicks. We back. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting. 12 noon, we back, 12 in the 2/5. Biggest tree in the world filled with presents. Little kids, they checking off their wish list. Ho ho ho, we celebrating this Christmas. Jingle bell, first game playing in the garden. Tell Santa we got the whole league watching. Right before we celebrate the new year. James Dolan crossing with the reindeers. Parker decks, they filled with no room garage. When it comes to the flow, this here's eggnog. Best believe your boy, yeah, I'm on my job. Celebrate your Christmas with the Knicks squad. The best place in the world, that bag stay shopping. I AD my wrist so you can keep watching. Shopping sprees all over, this is Times Square. Then it's back to the game at Madison Square. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
Back on Christmas, Jay Boogie predicted this. You can't say St. Nicholas without nicking it. The Knicks on Christmas should be ubiquitous, so shout out if you've been with us, sitting through the interim. Feels like we meant to win, now that we got tips with us. Potential is limitless, gifts go down the chimney. Try to put the Grinch on me, pinch me but I'm not dreaming. It's a new reality, New York is in the top seat in seasons. Greetings, Eastern Conference. Defense, the Gardens rocking. Best fans in the game, we don't do the home away split. Catch me at the Staples, baby, I make the sleigh live. 8 gifts, pulling up in the Kemba jers. About to lace the garden with a pack of Frankincense and myrrh. Can't resist the urge, Knicks set new squad. Time to burn the competition, sitting by the U-Law.
Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
Something wrong with your TV screen if that orange and blue ain't playing on that red and that green. Favorite players, yeah, but Knicks, they forever the team. Shout out the upstairs, trying to play chess with the team going forward. They're making sure the squad is in order. They know we hated on by all opposing reporters. It's torture. New Yorkers, we built for fourth quarters. Show up to the court or prepare for a slaughter. They wanna hate on the Knicks, tell me what that's doing. Get that stuff out of here, shout out to Pat Ewing. 12 noon jump ball, just know we enemies. We trying to bring home the gold back from the 70s. Oh yeah, we back on Christmas, oh no, can it be? Only us Knicks fans know the whole New York energy. If you ain't know what type of tension this is, Knicks Nation, we'll see y'all on Christmas.
Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.